What's going on? This is Magic Mitch, the food adventurer, and in this video, I'm embarking on a food adventure I'm guessing that could be very polarizing. You're either going to be all for it or just absolutely hate it. But regardless, it's an epic burger challenge, no question about it. And for this battle, I'm in Bellevue, Nebraska at Stella's Bar and Grill. And it's here that I'm taking on their Stellanator burger challenge. And this burger, it's kinda nuts, but in the best kind of way, which is why I was really looking forward to this food adventure, because I'm not gonna lie, it was triggering the fat kid in me like crazy. And he was oh so excited. So here's the breakdown of this bad boy. And just as an FYI, this comes out as a stacked, towering burger challenge, but I decided to separate it into different pieces before I began, just so there wasn't any chance of this thing falling over and making a terrible mess. Anyways, with this burger challenge, you have 6.5 ounce burger patties, then you've also got 6 fried eggs, 12 pieces of bacon, and also 6 slices of various cheeses. I knew that I went with at least cheddar and Swiss, but along with all that, you also have some lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, and jalapenos. And of course, what you can probably already see, this challenge comes with a ton of grilled onions. I mean, just so many grilled onions, it was ridiculous. But what makes this burger really stand apart from the rest of the field is that it also has peanut butter on it, and they don't skip out on it either, which I'll be talking about that later. Then along with that entire burger comes a basket of fries. And with this burger challenge, you have a 45-minute time limit. And if you're able to take this thing down and complete the challenge, you get the meal for free, which costs $25. You also get a free shirt and your picture up on the wall of fame. So now that you know what all is in this burger, is this a food adventure you'd want to embark on? Let me know in the comments down below. So as I mentioned earlier, before I started out, I did break up the burger into different sections, not only to make things easier and manageable to eat, but the burger came out piping hot, so it would give those different sections some time to cool off. But whether you're for this type of burger challenge or not, you have to admit, she's a beauty, constructed to perfection. But enough with the praise, it's time to show this epic burger who's boss. And that's exactly what I set out to do, by attacking those burger patties. Now, I'll be honest, it might have been love at first sight, but it was really true love at first bite. And after those first few bites, oh man, I knew I was in for a good time. These burgers were so good, so juicy and just melt in your mouth. And I really enjoyed it with the eggs too. Then you get some of that bacon and cheese into the mix, and even the occasional fresh veggies popping in. Now don't get me wrong, there's a lot of challenge to get through here, and this challenge itself has claimed many people, as shown on their wall of shame, which is actually on a pretty cool location. Now, there's a reason why I didn't mention anything about the peanut butter just yet, or the grilled onions for that matter. And first off, for the onions, since they were caramelized, I knew they were going to be much sweeter in taste, so I thought it would be best to save those towards the later half of the challenge, as a dessert of sorts, which was kind of a terrible idea because, don't get me wrong, I love grilled onions. They're almost like a dessert in themselves, but after just having consecutive spoonful after spoonful of grilled onions, flavor fatigue was starting to set in. And thinking about it now, it would have been much more enjoyable had I spread the love around, having the grilled onions with more of the burgers and even the peanut butter itself. But ladies and gentlemen, that's how we learn. But that's okay. I'm more than happy to make the mistakes so you don't have to. Alrighty, I've been making some great progress on this burger challenge, with just the fries and the buns with the peanut butter remaining. And of course, I wanted to save those peanut butter buns for the last, because those would basically be a dessert. And I hope you find this part as amusing as I do, because in all my excitement thinking about that peanut butter, I completely failed to consider just how much peanut butter there'd be on these buns. And there was certainly enough peanut butter, that's for sure. Also, I did incorrectly assume that the peanut butter on this, it would be more on the runny side and a little bit thinned out. But when it came to that top bun, that was certainly not the case. The peanut butter on that one, it was thick and solid. Now don't get me wrong, I'm still having a good time here. But when you're trying to eat some nice soft buns with just globs of peanut butter that just hasn't melted that much, man, it's tough. Everything was starting to get gummed up, and my mouth was just getting a bit dried out, which was kind of a pain. but I'm just glad I had some leftover onions to help get it all down. So then once I finished that top bun, I definitely needed a breather because getting down that peanut butter, it was tough work. So I decided to switch it up by working on the fries and unleashing the fry ball method to soften up those fries before shoving them down. Which, speaking of the fries, typically I like to say fries are fries if there's nothing special, but I'm glad to say, not this time. I thought they were seasoned well and I found them to be quite exceptional. It was almost like the restaurant wanted you to enjoy their fries. So yeah, overall, just an incredible tasting challenge all around. I would highly recommend you give it a try. And after eating the final fry, I'm ready to attack that bottom bun, which has even more peanut butter. And as you can clearly see, so much peanut butter. And once again, had I thought about it sooner, I definitely would have used more of that surplus of peanut butter earlier on in the challenge. Probably with more of the grilled onions like I mentioned before. But hey, it is what it is. And now you get to watch me deal with the consequences of my actions. "23 minutes. What a great time. That's also my favorite number. Man, I gotta say once again, there was so much peanut butter to this thing, but I absolutely loved it. And I really enjoyed myself in this food adventure. And if you enjoyed your time watching, why stop now? Embark on another food adventure, and I'll see you there.